Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa. So we just finished talking with Monokuma last time, last we left off. So without further ado, let's hop right back in, shall we? Damn. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you for everything I have right now. It's because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like you said. So when was that? It was the mastermind letting down their guard.
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember when the mastermind said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life outside the world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So...
They had to show the world something no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
It would seem...
The mastermind has very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. To prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Academy, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's the goal, the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. That's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really the only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led the mastermind to revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. A mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind is simply ignoring their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. That's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial to follow all of their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And yet you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
However...
Well, it's the only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me another path opened up. But I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh and took a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is fundamentally part of a negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't just relax yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
For everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is, and all we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. We're together with everybody.
however,
Is that really possible? Yeah. Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in their dorm somewhere. Shall we go? This is Baiku's room. Is he still inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. This is Tuka's room. Is she still inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. This is Hina's room. Is she still inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Hero. This is Hero's room. Is he inside?
hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Okay. And suddenly we were greeted with... Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto!
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there, all my friends. We struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What's that smell? Okay. But firstly, let me just say I wasn't okay. So the rule is at nighttime, the what's it called? The what do they call it? The cafeteria is usually closed and you can't go in. So in my head, the cafeteria was closed. I wasn't expecting to actually be able to go in. So of course, that wasn't the first place I looked. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stings. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo shoo. In a flash, my tears dried up. Ooh.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in extended happy. We need to explain to everyone what happened with
Yes.
Monokuma. Explain what?
Hmm.
But it's okay that you're here. What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what we have to tell you. I need to tell you about the last class trial.
Huh?
The last class
In
trial?
other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of her doing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like, I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What, you're saying the mastermind killed Makuro?
That's right.
That's right, it was all an elaborate trap conceived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. Just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of school regulations. The rule states that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why we went and negotiated with him to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean that they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm not totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand you, can you ask Kyoko to explain it again later? So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
But
We've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh,
Everyone?
no!
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, final battle. One decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and why and how they killed Makuro and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I am sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that, huh?
I
can agree with the idea of working together with everybody. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, first. So Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game begins with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Makuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There are 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and Makuro and you get 16. And the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And of the 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
no way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that all to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair? They must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in a secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We couldn't notice someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma is on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it would be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talking is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely on only myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your
Goodbye.
responsibility. Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. You're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which leaves me and Makoto and Hina and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I
But,
mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I mean,
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. Just depends on Sakura and everybody else. You're not useless. You hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I'll figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off out and do it on my own. Okay, see you later. Nia was surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it was just us two.
Indeed.
Indeed. Gonna make me talk. So you're gonna go off on your own, right, too, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our own searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny of the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So, what I have to prove, I'll prove the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Makuro's Monokuma file. I mean, can't you just let me go? Due to explosions, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Makuro Ikusabi, then we can know who the mastermind is. So what should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, bio lab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, that was useless. I already knew where it was going. Ugh. I forgot to clean my track ball. Gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorm. Which means I have to do it. This is the second floor dorms? This looks like some ancient ruin. No, it's more like a battlefield. A bomb blew up in here or something. Still cannot see outside. Ooh. Won't let me click in there. Or there. I guess. But it's completely torn apart. I mean, it's not really bed anymore. It's just garbage. I I opened the door just a crack inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. There's a lot of blood spatter, like a lot of people got crushed. This is the girls' bathroom. Even a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Oh, come on. Okay, graffiti. I felt the need to check. Nothing, but I still felt the need to check. Just in case. You never know. Ooh, locker room. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been the Hope's Peak student who came before us. The class before us must have used these lockers. There's a metal plate mounted on the locker. There's no way of getting it open. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. Must be how you get the locker open after all. It's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you'd have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean, well, let's just give it a try. I got my handbook and ran across the card reader and then... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Looks like the locker's already broken. Wonder if we can open it. Nope. Okay, I did that, I did that. I did that one. Come on. Come on. I don't believe I can't open any of these. Can't imagine. I only have the one on that side. Okay. At least that one's playing nicely. Come on. Card reader. Okay, so I know I hit that and that. That one. Nope. That's pretty much all there is around in here. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, remember to hit like and subscribe. That way we can solve those mysteries, gang. Like Scooby-Doo. Anyway, I hope you all had a good day. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.